and it's Enduro update time, and we're not making any progress with the motor because we've been dedicating our time to some other tasks, and we're going to show you all that. And you want to stick around to the end of the video. We're going to show you the pistons, and then in the next video you can compare the before and after. It's going to be pretty cool. So the progress we've been making is stripping weight. We're stripping weight out of it. So we got the dash out. That was kind of a pain. You have to loosen up or remove all the bolts, and then you pull the dash up about an inch, and then you have to remove a couple screws, which loosens the wiring harness, allows you to move the dash up a couple more inches, and then a couple more screws, which loosens the wiring harness, and so on and so forth, until finally there's only one wire left. It's tucked way up inside. You unplug that, and then the dash comes out. And the dash was heavy, and we got it right here, and we got it lightened up pretty well. I'll show you the underside here. There's what it looks like that. And on the side, we got rid of the airbag. That was about 5 or 8 pounds, plus all the ducting for the HVAC system, the vents. We got rid of all of that, and it cut the weight of this thing down to about half. It's pretty much a feather now compared to what it was. And we are going to put that back in. That's weight, but we want to create like a way for weather, any water or anything like that. If it comes down, we don't want to get it on the instrument panel. So we're gonna put the dash back in it, but we got rid of all the sound deadening. All that weight's gone. This thing's only 140 horsepower. It's a base model GT. So we got to get as much weight out of it as we can. So the goal is to make this the best prepared Enduro there is. So you know, the idea is to get out there and you know, in order to finish first, you must first finish. So we're gonna try and make it as reliable as we can, make it nice and light and nice and quick. We got some of the wiring harness tied up here, and it doesn't look too pretty in the video here, but a lot of the stuff is all tied up. Anything loose that was hanging down, we got one more there. We gotta tie that up. We're just using some tape, and then there's these little fasteners right here that these screw into the back of the dash, so that'll be held up out of the way. And whatever is hanging loose, we're going to use some zip ties, and we're going to show you how to tie that stuff off where you don't have to worry about it rubbing up against anything. And what else? Oh, we got a wiring harness that went out this side of the engine compartment. You can see the holes there. We got to plug those holes. And this is really like I mean, I have a street Celica, but this is really about the first foreign car that I've ever really dug real deep into. And the wiring harness came out there and all the way over, and it plugged into the cruise control and all the headlights and all that stuff. And there was the airbag system that plugged in, and it actually just unplugs inside the car. So it came out in one section, and these plugs plug in the inside of the car. So I tell you what, I'm starting to like these foreign cars. They're pretty easy to work on. All those things came down and they plugged in right here. All the stuff from the door, all the wiring harness from the door can be removed. You can just unplug it and then snake it all out, remove it. So that made my life incredibly easy. I didn't have to bundle those wires up and tie it up out of the way, or cut them off and risk, you know, having them rub up against something and causing a short or anything like that. So yeah, we're making good progress. Remove the airbag. Most Enduros, you have to remove all the airbags and everything. So we went ahead and did that. So there's no drama. Of course, they're deactivated and everything. We unplugged them, but they want them removed completely from the car. So we did that. So without further ado, let's go over and check out. Let's check out the rods and pistons. We're going to give you a close-up on these, and this is going to be tomorrow's task. We're going to get these in the cleaner, and we're going to soak them up. So you want to just let your eyes wash over that, see what that looks like. And we're going to show you the before and after. In the next video, you're going to see the after. This, of course, is the before, and you can see it's all gooey and gummed up. We're going to get rid of that, and It's going to look really good whenever we're done. We're going to drill a couple extra holes in the ringland here on each side so the oil can drain back off of this a little bit easier. And whenever I did this on my street car, I also cut a couple slots right here on either side of the wrist pin, just below the oil ring, and just to give it a little bit more area to kind of drip off and drain the oil off the cylinders so it doesn't carbon up again. So just let your eyes soak that in. Isn't that lovely? So next video, like I said, we'll show you the after. We use Berryman's B12 Chem Clean. It comes in a 1-gallon bucket. We pour that into a tray, and we set those down in there and leave them for about 4 hours, and then clean them up. We'll remove the rings first. We'll get rid of all that, and we'll try and clean with a brass brush as much of this carbon off as we can. Ugh, that's nasty, isn't it? That's brutal. You can see how that was carboning up. That's it. That side there is not too bad, but we're still waiting on the bearings as well. But we can get the cylinders honed and all that stuff, and then, you know, once the bearings get here, then we can drop them in. We got the rings in, so we can gap the rings while we got everything apart. We got the water pump here. It's going to be replaced, so just a little extra insurance that we're not going to have any drama. You can see all the valve trains still sitting there. We got to assemble the head yet. We can do that over this week and maybe over the weekend. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to tear the brakes apart. We're going to clean all that, lubricate the slides real good, because the last thing we want to do is be halfway through the race and lose the brakes, maybe have a caliper seize or something like that. We're going to do the same thing to the rear brakes. This is the GT, so it has the drum brakes in the back. And we'll tear all that apart, and we'll clean it, inspect it, make sure all the springs are in place. Make sure everything looks real good and hunky-dory, and then we'll reassemble that. And yeah, the idea is to make this thing last for the entire race. And we're also going to fill you in on what oil we're going to be using, and I'm sure that will be a controversial subject. So make sure you tune in for the next video. And thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be notified when I upload the next video. Talk to you soon.